am the founder of Next Steps. So you ask yourself the questions, how many of you have been in a large campus, complex campus, such as a hospital, college, university, airport, and you see the placards on the wall, whether they're digital placards or the archaic placards that says you are here. Well, if you're not familiar with the area, you don't know what here is. Next Steps is a mobile application providing indoor navigation that will guide people to their next appointment. The inspiration for Next Steps for me, I work for a Fortune 500 company, and I am a corporate trainer. And with that corporate trainer, under that umbrella, I traveled a lot. So I would go to different corporate campuses and constantly get lost. Within the confines of our walls, it's a running joke, and we actually use it as an icebreaker that people are going to be lost. 10 minutes, did you get lost? How long did it take you to find it? For building a relationship. But the question becomes, who wants to be the butt of a joke? So Next Steps, if you think about GPS, is GPS for the indoors. It's going to lead you to where you need to go. The company that I currently work for supports 5,000 team members here in St. Louis, Missouri, and we have 300 conference rooms. Our Charlotte location supports 13,000 team members, and they have about 1,500 conference rooms. Miami is 46 floors. It's very easy to get lost. So when you're talking about losing your way and finding yourself to an appointment, it's wasted money and resources. So what problems are we solving? Difficulties navigating complex campuses, delayed or rescheduled appointments, stress, frustration, anxiety, and easy to follow guidance. Along with, we have calendar integration. What is that? You send me a meeting invite, I click it, I'm going to lead you to, my app is going to lead you to where you need to go. Our solution, we provide that step-by-step navigation. We save time, we get on-demand assistance, easy to follow guidance. Again, it's that calendar integration that's going to help as well. Unfortunately, the day and time that we live in, someone comes in the building, they check in with the person at the front desk, they say, okay, go to floor 14. You go to floor 7 and you decide to blow up the building. So for the safety aspect, any safety patrol will know where you're located if you've downloaded our app, as well as firefighters going into a building. It'll help find us. It'll help locate whomever is in the building. So what does it look like? Next Steps is going to be downloaded. We have augmented reality. It's going to show you the step-by-step. So there is no guesswork. Who's our target market? Right now we're looking in the Missouri region. Hospital, corporate, university, again, an airport. Who's my competitor? Any wayfinder. But unfortunately, wayfinders right now, they're only going to give you a map that's uploaded in an app, and they have the blue dot guidance saying you need to get to this point. Again, we're leading you every step of the way. So we want to, Next Steps, we're going to develop and support applications for mid to large campus facilities. And we're going to drive our sales through commercial real estate, trade school, trade shows, industry publication, social and print media, and then we have to educate our clients. Our app is tailor fit to whom we license to. Our marketing activities is beta testing, commercial real estate and trade shows. We've done private launches with decision makers and annual advertisement in our industry publication, and of course the media attention. How are we gaining revenue? With annual licensing and renewal. So any of our clients right now, we do that beta testing first. we tailor fit, it's a window, then we move on to the agreement. So what are my needs of support? More decision makers, commercial properties, businesses that would be ideal for target markets, and acquiring mapping to upload in the app. My partners in resources is iAction, ITN, Taylor Digital, and VetBiz. Ladies and gentlemen, next steps.
All right, please wait for the microphone, and it's a bit loud, so you don't have to yell into it. For questions, who would like to take the first question?
So, this all like digital, virtual?
So it's an app that you download on your phone with augmented reality embedded in it. So when you ask the question about virtual, I guess I'm not clear with that. So the augmented reality is leading you with.
So like with the map, basically you walking around through the facility, it's showing you like the steps, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It's going to show
Okay,
exactly.
so like, say I'm walking down this aisle, if I'm looking at my phone, it's showing me.
Where you need to go.
Okay.
So once you download it, you're going to say, I'm going to the 7th floor. You put that in there, and it's going to say, go to this elevator. Is there an elevator involved? Are you going on steps? And it's going to lead you to the 7th floor in the room. Oh, you're stretching.
What stage are you inviting?
So I have the prototype, I have it already. I am literally looking for beta testers. Everything is complete, and as far as tailor fitting for the facility. Did that answer your question or no?
I was just kind of curious because I wanted to see what it looked like.
I have it on my phone and I can show you, but once you download it, it couples with your calendar. You enter where you're wanting to go. It's going to show the center. This centerpiece is going to say, located. Once it shows located, it's going to lead you to, the arrows are going to point you to where you're needing to go. No. So I have it on my phone. I can show you afterwards if you'd like to see it.
So great presentation.
Thank you.
So how are you doing the interior building location when you don't have access to GPS signals? Are you doing like beacons, or are you doing Wi-Fi location?
It's beacon, Wi-Fi, and the augmented reality. Because we have some locations, the beacon base is not conducive, but augmented reality. If you think in terms of BJC, sometimes in that hospital, the signal will drop. It keeps the signal from dropping and continue on your pad. Does that answer your question?
I know you mentioned some of your other competitors. Can you talk to me just a little bit more about the market of the indoor navigation space, right? So like how, how much funding is kind of coming into this space? Is it very much of a more of an untapped market, and players who are in the market right now, or larger players? So a little bit about the market, but then also the plan to really capture that market.
Sure, I'm happy to say that. So you're right. This is a very new space to be in the U.S. There's some hospitals that are jumping on this, but they're only leading you to community focal points. Where's the ATM? Where's the restroom? Where's the cafeteria? It's not going to lead you to each destination. So, why am I drawing a blank at the Smithsonian Institute did a study in December of 2017. By year 2040, this is going to be a $40 billion industry. Sarasota Medical has jumped on board with community focal points. Emory University has jumped on board, and they've expanded to maybe just like X-ray and, the emergency room. So to get on board this, at this point, it's all been self-funded, but it's about jumping on, it's about 1.5 million to start. And once you start in tailor fit, then each app itself scales down to about $6.99.
And are you also thinking about more of an API and integration with existing systems where no matter who interacts with, whether it's the building system or any other application that these building managers have, this is more the wayfinder for them?
So, yeah, that's a good question. Different companies that I've talked to so far, some companies just want the app and just leave, they want it simple. Others have said, yeah, I need you to work with our technical team for security reasons, and in conjunction with how we're supporting it where we want to go. So to expand a little bit on that, you have some organizations that only allow the public to enter through certain locations. So those organizations will say, I only want the app for the interest for A or C, but we have 15 different entries and exits for our organization. We only want it for certain ones. That help?
Yeah. So also like, are people downloading your app, or are you trying to also integrate with just other things where they don't ever have to ever pick up your app? They're utilizing your technology. That's really what I think about scale. Integrating with other existing platforms, whether let's say like you have a conference and they already have their app, but they're just integrating with your API, your system, where they're utilizing your technology, you're just licensing that out. So then you don't have to worry about an app for people to download. Because then if you worry about an app for people to download, then you're worrying about people having to download that and the stickiness of the app. But instead, just utilizing existing platforms that you don't care how many downloads you get. What you care about is those licenses.
Thanks for explaining a little bit more. So my app is business to business. You wouldn't be able to go to Google Play or Apple or the Apple Store to download it. It's up to the business to send it to your phone to download it. If I can expand just a little bit more. And I know I am focusing on hospitals, but I've done a lot of studies with that. Rescheduled or canceled appointments, it goes up to $200 per appointment. So if you take that and multiply it per guest, per year, that's a cost-saving measure. So if they were to send it to their guests or visitors or even employees, it's a cost-saving return on investment upfront.
All right, more questions?
Hello. Hi. I recently went to Mall of America. Probably
How's
about a
that
month ago.
anxiety for you?
So it was, humongous, and they had these little stations like every 5 minutes on where to go indoor. Well, what was different about it was, you know how you have your regular GPS and it'll tell you if you're driving, it's this long. If you're walking, it's this long. So inside they had, if you're in a stroller with a baby, there's an alternate route. If you are in a wheelchair, there's take this route and they'll have the minutes. Or if you're walking, go this route and they'll have an estimated time of each. So when you have something where it shows like the time it takes you to get there, and then different, or even if you want to add it to it, different alternate routes for, say you are handicapped.
So that's a great question. I do have time management embedded in there. It'll give you alerts. Keep in mind, components of it is integrating with your calendar. So you'll get an alert. It's going to take you blah, blah, blah to get here. it'll give you those reminders and the time frame as far as how long it's going to take you to get to that location, which will work very well in airports. If you've been to an airport and you have to go to gate 4 and you're at gate A1, you think that's a small space, it'll take 15 minutes to get to the gate from your location as well as leaving.
And then as far as like, say, a walker maybe versus a wheelchair, you know, they may not be able to go downstairs, you know.
So I
they
have-
to an elevator.
I have had conversations with AEA, and as much as we would like to think that most buildings are handicap accessible and friendly, it has a component, well, it's capable of having this component embedded. If you are disabled in any way, you should take this route, and it will take you this route.
All right, more questions? Okay, well, the question we always ask, what can the community do for you? Why are you here? What are you looking for?
So, I'm just gonna take a little bit of your question. Decision makers, it's me, it's small me, against the huge companies. I'm not going after individuals, it's business to business. So connecting with the right decision makers, I'll just kind of quote a little bit. Wayfinding is not always a priority, but once decision makers hear the return on investment and how much they're losing with rescheduling or late appointments, then it puts a pulse on it a little bit. So if connections with decision makers and just complex campuses, as well as, it's not easy for me to go to a building and say, may I have your mapping? They're not giving that to me readily. So just alternative means for getting those mappings for the organizations that would like to have it embedded in the app.
So any place that you would consider a campus is probably prime.
Large campus, yeah.
Okay.
Universities campus.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.